Hello and welcome to the show. Today I won't be talking about anything interesting. There is not really a big adventure ahead of us. And I couldn't think of anything that I would want to talk about today. So that was your warning to switch off and do not invest a lot of time into something that is not too rewarding. Though I plan to ramble about things, because why not? So don't take this as a complaint. I'm just thinking about the investment I'm making here. Time-wise, obviously, because I've got lots of things to do usually, and taking about an hour a day to create these vlog episodes can be a bit tolling. Then again, it's not a complaint. I was just thinking about the process and how it cannot be optimized more because I'm doing the bare minimum. I was thinking of it, maybe you're interested in the process, who knows? And the process is very simple. This is the new process, by the way, because I used to use my MacBook to record things, but that's really tolling on the computer. So instead I use my camera, which is over there. And it has a better resolution, it has a better picture, everything is much better. But then when I record on that one, I already have the file there and then import it into Final Cut Pro, which is my preferred editor, remove the silent parts. That's why there are those jump cuts. But if I don't remove the silent parts, it's incredibly boring and slow. And then I put some extra pictures here and there if I have some extra time. But then again, the priority here is time. If I'm out of time, then no extra pictures for you, even though the topic I'm talking about might be worth it. So then I export it, and that's that. I upload it to YouTube, but that's about 10 minutes. Now, this is a significant improvement over my previous projects in the past, because Final Cut does lots of video processing while I'm editing it. So 30 minutes of editing can be equal to 30 minutes of some processing in the background. And normal editing software does it after. So when I click save, then the whole processing begins. I'm not sure that makes sense if you're not into filmmaking or video making, but that's the process. It's really a lot harder to create a video file than a Word file, for instance. Not because of the size, but because of the complexity. You have to create 24 frames per second, some overlapping images, text on the screen, things like that. It's not that easy. So I'm not surprised when video editing programs need a lot of time. The Final Cut does it in a very smart way, which I really love. Now, that was the kind of old process for the vlog. Very simple. It's within an hour. And since I'm using the camera here, that would be an additional 10 minutes to transfer that footage into that computer. And, you can imagine the editing part is the same. However, the camera is slightly further away and I'm a bit back. So technically, I can't use the microphone in there because the microphone on the Mac is a lot better than in the camera. Therefore, I'm using this thing, you might have noticed, which is just a headset connected to my phone, and that's recording. Of course, I have to synchronize that recording after importing it there, and that recording after importing it there, and then it's not very complicated, though I find this incredibly interesting that when I look at the sound of the video and I look at the sound of the phone or any other recording device, it's completely out of sync. I have to stretch this audio to match the video. It's always a couple of seconds shorter. I can't figure out for the life of me why that is. Probably due to the fact of the frame rate and some wicked stuff going on. And I tried that with my phone, and I tried that with a dedicated recording device, and it's more or less the same. Whatever. I mean, I'm sure that industrial grade stuff is much better. Except when it's not. Who knows? Maybe I would buy stuff for £10,000 and then it turns out that it's more or less the same. Sometimes one can be surprised what filmmakers put up with on a daily basis. Also, when I'm talking, I used to try to say things very quickly so I wouldn't have to edit loads of silences out, but I can't. Luckily, when I'm editing, I can see the waveform of the audio track, and if it's completely silent, it's obvious because there is nothing there. So you can just edit that out, which makes it very efficient and quick, considering that I have to do it manually. There is editing software that can do it automatically, but automation often fails, starts too early or starts too late with the cut. And I also find it quite engaging because it's such a stupidly simple process, but it's kind of soothing because you have to concentrate on it, but also it's relaxing because there isn't much you can do. Just cut, 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 cut. I can tell you're already bored. So going back to the audio device, there is some advantage in there. There is the added complexity, which sucks because the MacBook has to do some preparation after the syncing and all that. But the biggest advantage of recording stuff separately is that I can technically speak over here and it wouldn't matter. It's still the same. Now, I don't know why I would do this, because I'm much closer to the camera that way, but every once in a while it's useful. So I guess that's the process. Unless I have something extra because I go out and I want to add that footage. And I can always use this opportunity to practice and fine-tune the editing skills I have. And that makes it obviously worthwhile. And of course I have to acknowledge the fact that there is a tiny community around this. That puts some pressure on me anyways, because I always feel I have to come up with something interesting. And that's how it works. So I don't expect a lot of views and likes on this video, but at least I got it out of my system. And I have a sort of filler episode. And hopefully tomorrow I'll have a much better idea of a topic to talk about. So thanks for sticking with me and watching this. I'm not very good with the whole social and marketing stuff, and I know I'm supposed to say that you should share this thing and like and comment and all that, which I highly encourage, but of course only if you find it useful. So yeah, I guess that's it for today. Goodbye.